Let's go. What's up, guys? We are live again. It is that time of the week, Thursday night live up in here for all your trucking comments, concerns, questions, whatever you have. If you're thinking about coming trucking, if you've been trucking for a while, whatever you got, I'm ready to answer some questions. It's been a it's been a crazy week. So this week I tested a student on Tuesday. Man, this guy was a beast. Like really good student, really good student. And this guy came in, he showed me how hard how bad he wanted trucking. Like he took that pre-trip, and on that first day I had other people being like, "Hey, your student was out here till real late at night studying pre-trip," and I was like, "What?" I was like, "That's what I'm talking about." But he was hungry. He wanted this. He wanted this so bad, and put a lot of work into it. And came Tuesday, I'm all like, "Man, this dude got this." Like, no doubt in my mind that he was gonna trifecta. He was gonna pass all the tests on the first try, and he ended up failing. And it's not a bad thing. There is a lot of people out there that are super great drivers that didn't pass the first time. It's nothing bad. It's just, hey, it happens. Well, he came back today. Today was his retest, and he went ahead and just aced it. He aced it. So he got his CDL. He's now hired on with Prime, so he has a job. So after your test, you pass your test, you got a job. So let's go. Like, shout out to him, man. Congratulations. And when after his test, he was all like, "Well, I guess this is the last time I'm gonna see you." I was like, "It better not be. I know when you're in town, you better come see me, man." So it is what it is. Lou says, "Hey, how's life?" Well, life is great. I got another test tomorrow, so let's go. Flatbed trucker, hello. How's it going, flatbed trucker? Backwoods in the house. What's up, brother? What's up, Backwoods? How's things been going? Slowpoke TNT. What's going on, Slowpoke? I want to be a super trucker. Sup, Twisted Salt Lake in the house. Hizzle. West Coast. Hey, how is Salt Lake? Are you up there training? Are you doing PSD students a lot, or what are you doing, man? I'm just curious. Just curious how you been. Last time you were supposed to come to town, you never hit me up, bro. But yeah, it's the students have been still coming in. The classes are not as big as they used to be or they've been in the past, so this year's kind of been slow on the amount of students that have been coming in. And what I'm getting from the training department is that people are coming in, people are like signing up for the class. They're all like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna be there, I'm gonna get on the Greyhound." And then the last minute before that Greyhound leaves, I guess they don't get on it. So there's a lot of empty seats whenever the class starts on Monday or Tuesday, whenever it starts. Flatbed trucker says, I just came from Montana. Let's go, Montana. Man, I'm ready for this warm weather. I've been wearing shorts all week, and I think it's supposed to be a little bit cooler the next few days. But I'm telling you, I'm ready for this summer weather. Paper Jace Trucking says the hardest part is showing up, and that's what I tell a lot of my students. Anybody that's like nervous or they're freaking out, I'm all like, "Hey, look, you got past the hard part. The hardest part, the most scariest thing about this is leaving your house to get here." I tell them that, like, and it's the truth. It was extremely hard, even for me to leave. I'm glad I pushed through it and I came and like I did this, but it was really hard. Slowpoke says, "Yep, doing PSD here. It's weird they have no trainers on the pad anymore." Uh-oh. What happened there? Slowpoke, you need to hit me up with that. Backwoods says, "I love the Salt Lake terminal, but there's a lot of wannabe super truckers out there." Yeah, I truthfully I haven't been to the terminal in a that terminal in a long time. It's just it's I don't know. Never had a want to be in that area. It's cold up there. Paper Chase Trucker says, other than there's is nothing around the terminal. Yeah, there's not really nothing around the terminal. Slowpoke, you got some good restaurants. Like, hey, believe me, is like if there's some good food around, I'm gonna find it. Like, I'm good about that. Shoot, I have my places in Pittston. I have my places in Springfield. You know, I've been doing a lot of food prep here lately. So, uh, my doctor recommended. So, one of my bad habits is I did not eat 3 meals a day. I would just wait till I went home at the end of the day and eat dinner with the family. So I would skip breakfast and lunch. I'd be like, "Man, I don't got enough time to make breakfast." And then I would go to work and I wouldn't eat lunch unless we were doing a load or something like that. So maybe once or twice a week I would eat lunch. So now I started doing meal prep. So I'm over there making all these meals on like the weekend and like so pretty much every other weekend or so I'm making a whole bunch of meals, throwing them in my freezer on my truck. That way they're there. So soon as it's time to like eat, I just go to the refrigerator, boom, pop it open, grab one of the meals, stick it in the microwave. I got some really cool meal prep bowls. They have clips on the side and like it's airtight, and you can even cook the food with the lid on it. So it's real good. It makes me think like if I was over the road, I wouldn't really want to waste a whole day pretty much cooking all these meals, but it would make sense to save money because like I'm doing the math on it and it comes out to being like $3 to $4 a meal. And that is a heck of a lot cheaper than a truck stop. So I'm saving money, getting healthier. I've lost 20 to 25 pounds, around 20 to 25 pounds is how much I've lost. So I got a ways to go, but I'm trying to do better. Gene Scott's in the house. What's up, Gene? We were talking about you last week, Gene. We somebody brought up the flashlight. Paper Chase Trucking says uh, the energy drink one of those here, energy drink a day. Yeah, and I used to drink energy drinks like crazy too. I whenever I was having some issues with blood pressure, I gave up energy drinks and I gave up soda, and I haven't really looked back. Like now I drink I got what's it called, zero sugar soda, and it's low carbs. Like this whole thing only has not yeah this whole thing right here only has like 5 calories, low calories. I mean, this cup right here only has 5 calories in it. So I'm trying to get better. I got really good willpower. If I give up something, then like I just cold turkey everything. Like I quit smoking cigarettes back in, I can't even remember, but I cold turkey that, and that's been the only thing that was pretty hard to cold turkey. So I still think about smoking a cigarette to this day. Like I still want to just go and buy a pack and smoke. Like they say, hey, oh, after a while, the cravings go away. No, the cravings don't go away. It's just I have willpower, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do it. Now, vaping is another story. I started vaping not too long ago, and I could quit it whenever I wanted. If I wanted to quit it, I would quit it, cold turkey it. But I don't. I gotta have something. I have to have something for stress. Just kidding. I don't use it for stress. The vape's good. So Flatbed trucker says it's 60 degrees in Salt Lake City. I looked on Google. Good for you, Twisted. Hey, oops. I'll get to you here in a minute, Tim. Calvin Ware says I need to start doing that. Yeah, food prepping is actually pretty fun too. Uh, Flatbed says a person could spend $20 a day buying food on the road. Yeah, I did a video a while back about how much money like you would be saving. Glad you're doing well. Yes, sir, Tim. How are you doing, Tim? We missed each other last time you were in town. Uh, sometimes you sometimes you can get the shuttle driver to drop you off at Target instead of Walmart, so you can walk around the shopping center. They have a spot called Bout Time, and that's a pub with a grill with a grub. Let's go. See, we find our ways. Gene Scott says my dad quit smoking 30 years, and he says there wasn't a day went by that he didn't want to smoke. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know what it is. How about Dunkin'? I don't even go to Dunkin' no more. And y'all know I'm big Dunkin' Donuts. Like, that's my place. I don't go there no more. So I haven't looked at their menu again, but at the time I quit going to Dunkin', it was because like those drinks at Dunkin' are like 200 to 300 calories a piece. So I kind of started going to Starbucks, and they got like the cold brew. You can drink the cold brew. It's lower in calories. And also Dunkin' has like a lot of coffees have. So Tennessee Flatbedder, he made me lactose intolerant because I was hanging out with him. I don't know. I'm a hypochondriac like that. But I started, for some reason, milk and me don't get along anymore. So I kind of had to stop doing a lot of coffee and stuff. Like I have to get oat milk and, coconut milk, just different stuff like that. And it's just not the same over there. For some reason, Starbucks, man, they can make something with almond milk and it is still good. I just don't understand it. And also a lot of the flavors and stuff that Dunkin' uses have milk into the flavor, has dairy into it. So you'll be surprised how much stuff has dairy in it when you really look at it. Like, it is crazy. I test Tuesday, guys. I'm struggling with my offset. Oh, yeah. Offsets are fun. The forward offset or the reverse offset? Flatbed Trucker says I stopped at a Walmart and buy foods. I save a lot of money. And my wife saves food for me at home. She just freezes it. Yes. The reverse offset. It's mostly mental. It is mostly mental with that reverse offset. So the reverse offset is pretty much like when we had 6 maneuvers to do, we had to learn 6 maneuvers to back. Everybody was scared of the alley dock because it was like the furthest away. Like it felt like it was the furthest way to go. So a lot of people were really, really nervous about getting the alley dock. My friend Tim Weimer, rest in peace. He passed away. Great guy. He taught me this alley dock that I started using, and it was an amazing alley dock. It worked out. It was smooth. So actually the alley dock I taught my students was way, way better than all the other maneuvers. It was the easiest one after that. But everybody was super nervous to get it. And that's kind of like the reverse offset to the right. I'm not worried about my students doing the reverse offset. Truthfully, I'm having a lot of problems with the forward offset. For some reason, right now, almost all my students, a lot of my students are going too fast on the forward offset and they mess it up. when you mess up the forward offset, it affects the reverse offset. Some of them have taken a lot of points by messing up on the forward offset. You know, it happens. It happens. My big thing is that forward offset. That's the one that I don't like. And I don't know what it is about the nerves, but the nerves gets people left and right. And also what gets a lot of my guys is they're all like, I wanted 0 points, so I did my 2 free pull-ups and I wouldn't pull up again. Bro, are you serious? Like, it's 1 point to pull up again, or it's hit something, like hit the line. That's 2 points plus another point for pulling up. Like, take the less points. If you get points, if you're gonna hit something and you pull up, you don't get points for hitting it. So it's cheaper to pull up. And whenever we're out there practicing, I never tell my guys, hey, you can't pull up more than twice. I'm all like, hey, pull up again. You messed up, pull up again. You know, it is what it is though. Like, let's go. Paper Chase has this 1 year. My bad. 1 year. 1 year member of the channel. Let's go, Paper Chase. I wish it would pop up on here, your little emblem. 2075 says, how long are long haul truck drivers typically away from the home at a time? Typically, I would say it depends. It really depends on you. If what we like to do is we like to go make our money and then go home. So it's kind of a hard question. Me personally, I would stay out for a month, pretty much a month. I would come home like at the end of the month for like 4 to 5 days every month. So I would run hard, make money, pay all the bills, and then I would have some money left over, and then I would go home, made a little bit of money going on the way home, a little bit of money whenever I came out, and I was back to the hustle. So typically, I'm a company driver. That's what I like to do. The lease drivers, I can't really speak for them. I never have leased, but on average, they stay out about 2 months and then they come home for 7 days. I'm on average. Slowpoke, how often do you go home? Fancy milk. Yeah, I have some fancy milk. Good luck. You got this. Yeah, you have this. The pivot point is my problem, but I'll get there. Yeah. Listen to your trainer. I will say this, like today my guy that's testing tomorrow, he really, I don't know how to say it. I'm just going to say it. He was not following directions. He was not following directions, and I let him struggle. And I did let him struggle. I was just like stood back and I was like, do whatever. He was all like, should I pull up over there? I said I wouldn't. I would not do that, but do what you want. I said I would do what you've been taught. And I was like, do whatever, man. Like, so I let him struggle for a while. He was like, there's no way it's going in there. It's messed up. And I was like, keep trying. So like whenever you kind of you're not following instructions, sometimes it's good for the trainer just to step back and let you struggle for a while and then get you back onto what we have you do. That way you know for sure, hey, what I'm doing, my trainer said that wasn't going to work, and I found out that was not going to work. Oz, what's going on, Oz? Hello from Horse Cave, Kentucky. I don't see a lot of people talking about Prime process for the sleep study and the cost associated with the CPAP. The sleep study. See, I got a CPAP machine. I do, but I can't remember the price of it. And the machine, they took it out of my check so much of money until it was paid off. I don't remember what it was. That was a while back. Let's see, we'll talk about the process. So the process of it is, whenever, for me, I went and got my DOT, my physical. And whenever I went to get my physical, they were all like, "Hey, you weigh too much. You're definitely obese, and we need you to take a sleep study." And I knew I had it before then. Even whenever, yeah, even whenever I was in high school, like I was pretty sure I needed one. So I went. They had me. They set me up for a couple days later to go get a sleep study. Went and got a sleep study. They hook this. They take glue and hook up all these little sensors on your head and your neck and stuff, and on like oxygen sensor on your finger, and then they're all like, "Go to sleep." I didn't. I stayed up for like a day and a half because I was like, I'm gonna have trouble falling asleep. And then I started looking up videos how to beat a CPAP, like a sleep study. I was all like, "Oh, sleep on your side. They recommend sleeping on your side. Don't sleep on your back." I was like, "I'm going to do that." But I didn't even go to sleep. Finally, the guy came in there and he was all like, "Hey, we're going to try this out." And I was like, "I haven't even went to sleep." And he was like, "I got enough information already. Put this on." They put that mask on me. Boom, I was out. I got some good sleep. It felt like I slept for like 24 hours. He came in there and woke me up, and he was all like, "Hey, it's over with." I'm all like, man, I felt rested. It was crazy. Uh, Practice offset, then walk away from it after a bit. Figure fatigue can cause you to lose your cons concentration. Uh, Contingent on my drug test. I start date is June 2nd. Let's go. No hippie trucking and transportation. When I had a truck payment, my goal was 5 weeks off, 11 days home, or 5 weeks out. My goal was 5 weeks off, 11 days home. 5 weeks off. So 5 weeks out, 11 days home. I got you. Slowpoke, I'm on the let's go paper chase with a $10 super chat for some fancy milk. No Red Bull. Yeah, I don't drink Red Bulls no more. Yeah. Let's go. Thank you, man. Thank you. Slowpoke says he's on his longest tour right now, 16 weeks. But I'm taking 2 long vacations in July and August. Typical tour is 12 to 14 weeks. Let's go. I went home every 6 weeks. I saved weekly to pay a truck payment while I was off for a week, and that payment don't stop. Yeah, the payment does not stop on those trucks. The new portable CPAP is $900. Do you have one of those slowpoke? Because I wanted to know about that thing. So no hippie. Prime Trainer Tim says he's out for 30 to 60 days, 3 days at home, and 1 week in the summer. How does it affect your med card? So the CPAP machine's going to affect yeah, it does affect it. I forgot that. So instead of you having a 2-year med card, now you got to go every year. So that kind of sucks. But me personally, it's important for me to be home for at least a day each week. Yeah, you're not you're not gonna make it, man. Like it is, or let me take that back. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. I didn't mean I it came out. But at Prime, it's gonna not be the best for you. If you cannot be out over the road, then you're gonna have to go to one of those schools, get your class A, and then find you a local job, and it's gonna be hard. And the first job you get is not gonna be the best. but you need to get your experience. So that's worth more than the money. And then once you get your experience up, then you can go to the next company. Some places won't even touch you if it's not over the road experience also. So, you might have to pay your dues if you're gonna go through a mega carrier to get it, like pretty much for free, as long as you spend a year, as long as that company owns you for a year, kinda, then it's free. But it's a year. You're gonna have to just stick it out and like do it. And that day a week home, that's not gonna be very good. I was surprised Kiersey left Prime. Yeah, I watched the video. I did watch the video, and I thought she did an awesome job on that video. Like I think she did. For me personally, it's important for me to be home a day each week. I wasn't surprised she left. I'm surprised she took as long as she did. It's been on her mind for a while. Yeah. Yeah. See, she's been telling me for about a year now that like she was like me and Kiersey, we talk. So like she every time we see each other, we talk for a while. And I'm the same as No Hippie. Like I'm surprised that she stayed as long as she did, but I wish her all the best luck, and I'm like, as long as she's happy. Appreciate you. I appreciate your opinion. Hey, no problem, man. I wish I could help you more with that, but that's gonna be hard. Like this is CDL, that over the road experience. It will take you far. It will take you far, and experience is very important in trucking. Oh, you don't have one, but you want one? Yeah, I want one too, because if I want to go camping or something, I could take it with me. Like, see, I would just use it for like camping or going out of town, stuff like that. Right? Some sacrifices are worth it. Yeah, some sacrifices are worth it. And trust me, whenever I came out here, I didn't want to be away from my family. That was the longest that I've been ever was away from my family. Like whenever I came out here, and I was all like, I never been away from my family overnight. Like minus me working overnight because I worked night shift for a while, but I was like, man, I never been out overnight. Like, and it hits you hard that first night. That first night sleeping on a truck, you're all like, what am I doing? I miss my kids. I miss my wife. I'm gonna miss my kids growing up. You're kind of tripping. Like I was tripping, and I was not doing good on that first night. I was in top bunk crying because I was like, what did I get myself into here? Hey, because there wasn't so whenever I came out here, I wasn't big into like looking on YouTube for information or going with like TikTok didn't even exist. So like it was back in 2016, I believe. Yeah, I think it was 2016. I wasn't watching YouTube videos like that. I was like, I'm just gonna go trucking. Like Google, hey Google, what's trucking? Where can I get my CDL? Okay, let's go. But I'll tell you this, it was worth it. It was worth it. I don't know what tomorrow holds for me, but you know, right now, like it was worth it to do this. I'll be in the trainers class next week or the week after. What you doing, no hippie? You gonna pay it forward again? Does Prime force you to buy one of them, or can you go third party? So Prime, when you go take the test through Cardinal Sleep Study. That's who Prime works with. They're just gonna have you take that one, and it's, from my understanding, it's a lot easier because they get all the information at Cardinal and they can send it straight to Prime because they work together. So if you're gonna, if I had to do it over again, right? So if I knew I needed a sleep study before I went in there that day, which, okay, whenever I found out they were making me, it was too late. But I wish I would have went and got myself checked a long time ago, because I could have got the CPAP through my insurance, and then my filters and tubes and stuff like that, the tubing for it and the mask. I hear that it's way cheaper through insurance, and I'm still thinking about going back after I lose some of this weight. My plans are going and taking another CPAP or another sleep study. I mean, at my doctor's, and see if my doctors, if I still have it. I know I probably will, but if I go get that test, then my insurance should kick in and start paying for my stuff, because then I have a diagnosis, you would say. Backwoods trucking is hard on a family. I've been through 2 wives in 18 years of being out here, and that is the truth. That's the truth right there. I've seen guys that had girlfriends that came out here and they're all like, "Yeah, I'm gonna ask my girl to marry me when I get home. Like, that's my plans. Make some trucking money, buy her that ring, and we're gonna get married." And I'm all like, "Man, that sounds great." And then they hit me up the first week to go home, and they're all like, "She already moved out, man." But whenever I got home, she was already living with another guy. I was like, "What?" So it is hard. It is hard. Nobody, like, I'm not gonna lie to you. It is freaking hard. Luckily, my wife has been supportive of trucking, and she was in my corner pushing me. Like, that first night I was like, I'm not gonna be able to do this, and she was in my corner like, "Yeah, you are. You're gonna be fine. Remember, what you're doing this for, like, and it's not gonna be forever, even though it's been forever." So, like, she was in my corner. Calvin says, "Were you on top bunk crying your first night? Now you're a student and not on your." Don't hold back on my brother-in-law. Calvin, I'm not gonna hold back on your brother-in-law. I wish he would clear tomorrow, man. That would be awesome. Sacrifice in equals NBA. Never broke again. No Hippie says, "My trainer left Prime out like 3 years ago and came back to Prime. They're making him do TNT again." Oh, okay. So that's good, man. That's good. You're gonna help him out. So you're really, really paying it forward. Not only are you paying it forward, but for the guy that paid it forward for you, you're about to pay it back. What's going on, man? Oh man, it's going great. Uh, Daddy Death 93 says, I strive to learn from your videos that you post. Hey, I appreciate it, man. Got a lot of videos on there. I'm actually thinking about starting to redo a lot of my videos and update them. I've been getting like so things have changed. My opinions on stuff has changed. So, like, a lot of my older videos I want to redo and kind of give a new perspective on stuff. And I mean, it's not bad. It's just like, back then I thought like this. Now my eyes are more open and I think like this now. So I would like to go back and redo some of my older videos. Muhammad, what's going on, Muhammad? I haven't seen you in a while, man. How's things going? What's going on with Freight, Big D? Freight's going all right. Still not where I thought it would be by now. So, what's up? Tell my PSD trainer TB. Nah, I'm bad with names. Said why rats up? The sniper squad, huh? Sniper squad's in the house. Two guys, one. Been working on getting my CDL, doing countless research and watching your videos. I've been talking to the recruiter, and the last thing I have to do is pass the permit test. I'll be heading to orientation. Any tips? Where are you heading? Like, if you're coming to Prime, I will tell you, bring anything that you think will make this go smoother. Like, bring your W-2s from the last 2 years, because there's been like different stuff like that that's made it where people didn't clear on time or early. Like, people had to wait on stuff. Like, the big problem comes whenever you work somewhere and that place closed down. Now their phones ain't working. They're trying to call and check your job history, and like, they're not answering phones. So it's good to have that W-2 that shows, hey, I worked there from here to here. Business doesn't exist anymore. So definitely bring some stuff, paperwork and stuff like that if you can make some room with it. Travel as light as you can. Travel as light as you can, because everything you bring, you're gonna have to lug it around with you. It's gonna take up room on your bed. Definitely watch the packing video that I have on my channel, how to roll your clothes. Two times last week. No, this week and last week. 2 times I ran into somebody that was all like, hey, your video helped me pack. And like, I saved so much room packing the way your video said. So I'm getting good feedback on that right there. And one of the guys was, he was like 40, I think. He was all like, man, I was 40 years old and I had to learn how to pack a suitcase from you. Like, so definitely watch that one. Your videos helped me through PSD a lot. Those videos were watched over and over. Hey, man, appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad that they helped out. Sorry about that. It shouldn't have been. What's? Oh, it's okay. Not rats up. Dude, I was like, man, whenever I see him tomorrow, I'm gonna go up to him and say rats up, and like, hopefully he doesn't get mad or something. I mean, that kind of sounds bad, but like, I'll tell him you said what's up, bro. He's a good dude. Definitely a good dude. Actually, the reverse offset to the right, it is. I used a lot of the maneuver that he does for his. A lot of that I learned from him, and that's one thing that makes. So I've been doing a lot of evals here lately on, like, say somebody failed their backing test twice. I've been evaling a lot of them. They call me up, hey, will you eval this student? They failed on Pretrip twice. So I'll go listen to their Pretrip. Or they failed backing a couple times. I'll go watch them do the backing. And what I'm learning is that sometimes the new instructors, or maybe they had a couple of students under their belt and they just got that one that was hard, they kind of don't ask anybody for help. They kind of just feel, they're like, oh, I'm going to deal with it. I'm going to make sure, like, I'm going to do the best I can. And there's nothing wrong with going and asking for help. I will say that. Like, if you come over there and you ask me for help, I'm going to help you. And I do the same for myself. Like, when we started this new the maneuvers that we did, the modernization maneuvers or whatever you want to call them. When we started doing it, it was pretty much like we got our first student and they said, hey, go test, go do it. They kind of showed us some things that they learned about it. Like, they showed us kind of like what you could do, what you couldn't do, like where where you needed to pull up the front of your truck to. They kind of went over the rules with us, and it was up to us to figure it out. So, I figured some stuff out. Then I went around, and TB was one of the guys. I went over there, and I started watching him and his students, and I was like, "Hey, what are you doing right there, man?" And he was all like, "Oh man, we line this, we do this right here." And I was all like, "Okay, okay." And then I was all like, "Well, what happens if they end up like this?" And like he told me what they did, and I was like, "Okay." So like I took bits and pieces that I liked from it. I was like, "Oh, I like this." And what I did not like, I was all like, I didn't use. So then I went over to my next like friend, and at the time that day it was Hawk. I went over there and I started hanging out with Hawk, and I was all like, okay. I'm all like, what do you do in this situation? And he was like, well, I do this. And I was like, oh, I like that. So I'm gonna add that to my toolbox. So then I started out there and I started trying it over and over and over and over. And then I went through like what's the probabilities of it working, and I came up with my own way to do it. Even for me, I will go and ask people for help. Like if I'm having troubles and I'm having like something's going on and I'm like, I can't handle this, I will go and get help. I will. So definitely. So I'm going to work in a warehouse to being a delivery driver to trying to pursue a career in trucking. Almost everyone is my fiance's family. Everyone in my fiance's family does it, and they said it will be a good ideal. Yeah, well, trucking is a good ideal. You have to have your heart into it. So don't let anyone talk you into coming out here, because I will tell you right now, my guys that have their heart fully into it and they're all like, man, I have to do this or my family ain't gonna eat. Those are the best students ever. The guys that are all like, man, it's been my dream always to come out here and truck. It was a dream, and I wouldn't mind seeing the country. Those guys are hard to train because their heart's not really into it. So just make sure it's what you really want to do. If it's not what you want to do, then your heart's not going to be in it. It's going to be really hard. If your heart's into it, what I do a lot of times is I tell all my guys, you got 2 days to study that pre-trip and learn the whole thing. I want it done in 2 days. My guys, the guy that just tested out today and passed the rest of his test, he stayed out there late at night, real late at night. Other trainers were all like, man, that guy was out there till like late. He was steadily studying in his pre-trip. That showed me right there that he was going to be an easy student and he wanted it bad. And I'm putting in the same effort. He may have stayed there all night, but guess what I was going to do? I'm going to pay him back. I'm going to pay him back. If he wants it that bad, I'm going to make him the best I can. So I did even more with him. I made sure he was completely test ready a week beforehand. I started letting him back in different places. I started taking him on more drives. I took him to different places. Like there was a lot more that I could do because he really wanted it. Like now, if I got a guy that doesn't get it in the 2 days, that's fine. The third day, he's gonna just do pre-trip all day. He's gonna stand out there, and I'm gonna be watching him. You're gonna study it my way, and you should get it that day. If you're not getting it that day, and I have to do that with you again, and and again and again and again, your heart's not into it. Sorry, you can say it all day long, but your heart's not into it. Your heart has to be really into this, and you have to really want to do it. And whenever you have that drive for it, then you're gonna start learning it real quick. It's gonna be as hard as you make it, and it's gonna be easy as you make it. Jay Tiller, late again. How you doing, man? Oh man, just hanging out. It's Thursday night. We do this live, so let's go. Yep, he has some really good pointers yeah, TB has some really good pointers that makes things really easy to understand. Yes. Like my favorite, like Man, the way he put it into words on the certain part of it, he put it into words that were freaking awesome. Like it was like the way he put it into words. Like I've been training a while, and I'll be back. I'll show you. So this right here is the landing gear. This right here is the landing gear of your trailer. So I would always tell my students, I'd tell them, hey, go 1 foot past the middle. So the tire of the truck, as you go into a cut, 1 foot past the middle, and it would look like that right there. So what I learned from him, where's my, I don't even know where my marker is. So, anyways, what I learned from him is he had a different way to say this. I would say 1 foot past the middle. So the middle is right there, the landing gear, and I want you 1 foot over. So what he said is this is one triangle. This right here is one triangle. I want you to cut the second triangle in half. So you use this bottom bar, cut that in half. Boom, it's right there. So instead of being 1 foot past the middle, we cut the second triangle in half. We cut the second triangle in half. That right there, just changing the words to that right there made a lot more sense. And it was even easier to start teaching my guys that. At the time, I was like, what? Like 5 years into training and 5 years into doing the other maneuvers. And I was all like, 1 foot past the middle, you know, you like, here's the middle, go 1 foot over. But now I don't say that no more. I'm all like, 1, 2, half it, cut it in half. Like, just like, it's mind blowing. It really is. It's like, man, I've been saying that forever, and all I had to really say is that. And people see that better. They see it better. So let's just put that right there. See, I hit the lights on accident whenever I was over there. Let me kill that light up there. So it's okay. Yeah, I accidentally hit the light switch whenever I was going across, but just that right there just made everything a lot easier. Appreciate that. I used your pre-trip and aced it. It was easy. That pre-trip was actually wrote by my buddy Justin. Justin wrote that pre-trip. And I'm not putting my marker board over there no more because now, like, so I got the desk and I got it like in the middle of this room. This room is freaking huge. Like I can't touch that wall back there. I would need like another 2 arm lengths to touch that wall. It looks close on the camera, but it's way back there. And then like the desk is in the middle of the room, so I got that much room on that side. And that white board over there, like I just look at it most of the time. It's behind the camera, but now it's gone. Now I can see the texture of the wall over there. I put sound, what's it called? Like where the sound doesn't bounce off the wall. I put some whatever it's called up there, and I can see it again. It just changes the whole room. To clarify, I'm not looking to join Prime. I'm just here to learn about the industry. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. And there's a lot of great places to get a CDO. Look into Like over the road probably ain't going to be the best for you. It's probably not going to be the best for you. So I would start looking into like your state to see what kind of like grants they have and stuff like that. I've heard of a lot of people that actually went to a college to get their CDL and their state paid for it. Check into some stuff like that. Just different stuff. Just check into everything you can. And you're on a good start by doing research and looking into a bunch of companies. Like you are doing great for that. But over the road is away from home. Went to go pop the trunk. No, I didn't go. I just went around my desk to get the board. But the thing is, I have a ring light up here. I have another light here. That light's not even on right now. I have a light here, so I couldn't go that way. I have a whole rack of shoes over there. Like I keep some of my shoes in here. So like I have a whole like section of shoes right there. And you know, I need to wear some of these shoes over here though. I kind of keep my holiday shoes down here. So like I got Halloween, I got Easter, I got Valentine's Day, I got another Valentine's Day, I got St. Patty's Day shoes. I got shoes over there. So I wasn't gonna go that way. And then I got my tripod with my camera on it right there. So I had to move stuff out the way. I had a phone tripod over there because I used to record videos on my phone down here and make videos for YouTube on my phone down here. So I had to move a bunch of stuff just to get that board. But I wanted to show y'all that, hey, I've been training for a while and I still learn something new all the time. A lot of stuff that I've learned actually came from my students because they're all like, the hardest thing, and this is what I tell a lot of new instructors too. One of the hardest things for you is going to be putting into words what you're doing. It's going to be hard. It took me a while and I had a lot of help out there, but we put it into words. What's that? Oh, it's a hand waving. Cutting the second triangle in half works perfectly every time. Yeah, it's beast mode. I mean, it's the same thing. That's crazy. The crazy thing is, it's the same thing I was doing. It was the same thing I was doing. It's just whenever you change the words of it, you change the words, and you're like, this is this. People can see it better. So, like, I rather say, cut the second one in half. That's a lot. It's a lot better. There's a bunch of different ways to train. Like Oz was one guy that I did not even train like that. I taught Oz. I said, hey, there's a spot. Put it in there. Like, back it in there. Like, I don't care what you do. Just get it in the spot. Like, that's how I taught Oz. I went over some stuff with him, and I told Oz, I was like, at first it's going to sound like I'm talking Spanish to you or something that you can't understand, but by the end of this, you're going to understand. And he was out there he was learning it. He was doing it. So I can teach a lot of different ways, and I like that. I like to be able to teach a lot of different ways. What I tell one student doesn't work for the next. So I think it's really good as an instructor to be able to figure out different ways of training or even different ways of explaining something. I see a lot of trainers and they're like, it's my way or the highway. Like, you're gonna do it this way or else. And the student's like, I don't understand what you're saying. Whenever all you have to do is say it a different way. Saying it like that right there is way, way better. 3D printing over 9,000. Hey, Twisted, I'm finally home for 3 days after that hot onion load. Yeah, I remember seeing your post. Yeah. There's been a couple times that I got loads that were hot like that. Whenever you got there, was it one that they picked up to unload? Like they lifted the trailer up? Oh, you said onions. I'm thinking potatoes. I remember going and delivering potatoes, and they picked up the trailer like that. That was crazy. And I've also picked up I picked up trailers where they put a big conveyor belt in there, and they just shot all the vegetables up in there. Like that was something else too. So, but yeah, different temperatures for different stuff. That's the cool thing about having a reefer. Whatever temperature that product needs to be at, we get it to that product. We get that temperature to whatever it needs to be. Oh no, it was farmland in Georgia. Apparently they were fresh picked that day. Okay. Freedom Barbecue BBQ says, I recently completed my CDL and hazmat theory. I passed 3 endorsements, and I will add hazmat later once I clear up a few things I had on the home front. I'm applying for Prime. 3 endorsements. Tanker. Okay, good. You got tanker. XXX. You really here at Prime, you really don't have to have the hazmat. You do need the tanker, but really, realistically, the hazmat, it's not required. But yeah, definitely come out here, and that's good that you've already passed your with my CDL and hazmat. I passed 3 endorsements. Well, that's good. You got your permit. Yeah, we need tanker. That's what we need on your even if you're doing flatbed or reefer, you still need your tanker endorsement. So that's one thing that you have to have here. You need that, and then your basic stuff like doubles, triples, air brakes, general knowledge, all that good stuff. Doubles, triples. Okay, so X is doubles slash triples. Okay. Tanker and combo. Juan says, Danny, help me get my LS 4 years down. Thanks, Danny Tyrone. Danny, help my. Danny, help me get my. Let's go. Tyrone. I'm doing a liquid load in my reefer now. Yeah, so see we carry liquid, so you need your tanker. Some states will not let you get that tanker endorsement till after you get your CDL. So keep that in mind. If you go to the DMV or the license bureau, whatever you have, and they say, hey, we don't let you take the tanker test till you get a CDL. That's true. You don't need to argue with them or nothing. Like, they're telling you the truth. Only thing I didn't like, one of the loads, some of the loads that I really didn't care for too much is like, man, I was so stressed out at this one, and it was paper. I had to take these big rolls of paper, and I just came off of like a combo load, and I was like, oh no. So like I had to get the trailer washed out, and then I put it on that. There's a dry cycle on the trailer. I put it on that dry out cycle, let that thing run. I was like, ah, it'll be fine by the time I got there. Get there, they do a real tough inspection on it. So they go through the trailer and they're all like, nope, it's still wet. We can't load it. And I'm all like, oh, they're all like, we close in a couple hours, so you got to do something. So I hit up some people, and some of my friends, they're all like, turn it extremely cold, then put it on extremely hot, put it on extremely cold, put it on extremely hot. And that up and down in the temperature is going to help it dry out. So I did that. And then I said, hey, can y'all check it now? And I also went in there. I also went in there with a towel and like got up any big puddles I could. And finally, like they were all like, they looked at it and they're all like, okay, we're good. So I got it back into the door and get it loaded. Like that was a nightmare. There couldn't be no moisture inside your trailer for those big rolls of paper. As for hazmat, also you need your CDL first. Okay. I kind of thought that, but I wasn't 100% sure on it. I was like, maybe you can get it for your permit. See, I won't get hazmat. I will not get hazmat unless I'm going to a place that requires me to have hazmat. If I go to a place that's going to have me, that's going to require it, then I'll get it, because I'm not going to. What do you got? How often do you have to like? You have to renew your hazmat like every year or something like that, or maybe every 2 years or something like that. I can't remember what it is, but you have to renew your hazmat. So if I go work for somewhere and they don't require me to have my hazmat, I'm not going to get my hazmat, because it's just going to expire in a year and I'm going to have to renew it and renew it and renew it. So like I'm going to go to a place that needs hazmat. I'm going to be getting paid. Like it's an extra thing on my license. So I'm going to get paid for it. Here at Prime, I'm sure that like if you're lease, you get paid more for hazmat. But as a company driver, we're getting paid cent per mile, and like it opens you up for more loads. But really, do I want the headache with getting all the extra placards, having to know all that information? To me, it's just more of a headache for me, and that's just me personal. So I'm not gonna get my hazmat. Just like going and getting a passport. I'm not gonna go get a passport, because one, I really don't want to go to Canada, and I have bad luck. So as soon as I got a passport and I sent it to Prime, I wouldn't go to Canada until I was middle of winter. That's how lucky I am. They're all like, oh, it's middle of winter, go to Canada. Now I got to be on their logs and stuff. I'm all like, oh, no, I'm not trying to go to Canada. I'm not trying to, especially in the wintertime. The more north you go, the colder it gets. I like it. I like warm. I'm from Texas. I'm keeping to my warm weather. Like, keeping to my warm weather. I'm not trying to go out there in the cold. Definitely not. Well, I got to be up early in the morning. We've been live for an entire hour. I got to be up. I'm going to test the student out in the morning, and then I'm going to have 0 students after that. So, well, if my guy clears, tomorrow, which I doubt it. Usually whenever they don't clear till Monday. So I have a guy here that I said I was gonna train him, and I'm gonna train him. But if he clears tomorrow, I have a student. If he doesn't clear tomorrow, then I'm gonna just go solo on my load. So, but I'm out of here. Everybody have a great night. Thank you all for stopping in. I hope I got some answers for y'all. You know, we had fun. It was real. So everyone have a great night and take care. Be safe out there if you're over the road.
Twisted.